A headache is usually nothing to worry about, but sometimes changes in how you feel can be your body's way of signaling something more serious. OU Health neurosurgeon Dr. Christopher Graffio joins us now to explain the warning signs that we should not ignore and how advances in brain surgery are changing care for patients. Doctor, I'm sure you get asked this a lot. Most of us get headaches from time to time. What makes a headache concerning enough that someone should go see a doctor?
So, hey, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. There's real good answers to that question. So the first is a really severe headache, like worst headache of your life. That can be an aneurysm rupture or something else like that, not like a garden variety. Even people who have migraines, a bad migraine. And my patients who've had this kind of a problem, they say that you know it when it happens. And it's like a clap of thunder, basically, and boom, worst headache ever. Much more common and more insidious are headaches that are worse in the morning, headaches that are associated with things like nausea and vomiting, and that get better after those events. Headaches that are not responsive to like over-the-counter pain medication, like Tylenol, ibuprofen, things like that. And ones that are getting progressively worse over time. So had a headache once a week, then once a day, then several times a day. Those are signs of possibly a tumor or some other mass lesion inside the head that's increasing in pressure over time and potentially could be dangerous.
Yeah, along with headaches, any other neurological symptoms that people might be tempted to brush off, but maybe should take more seriously?
Yeah, so one of the most common things we worry about in kind of our world are strokes. So someone who has all of a sudden weakness, especially on just one side of the body, you can't move your arm or your leg, or your face is drooping on one side, sudden inability to speak, or another weird unexplained neurological finding, like one of your eyes is droopy all of a sudden out of nowhere, or you can't swallow, or those kinds of things are generally worth, seeing a specialist about, just to see if you need to get imaging or some other kind of workup.
And I'm sure for many of us, we hear the term brain surgery and that freaks us out. Any misconceptions you want to clear up and maybe promote some of the newer technologies that are out there?
Yeah, I mean, so there's kind of two things can be true at once. That on the one hand, once I only meet people on bad days. No one wants to see a neurosurgeon, and it's a life-changing event, even if you don't need surgery, to learn that you're a patient of a neurosurgeon, that you might need a brain operation at some point. We certainly take that very seriously. But realistically, the vast majority of what happens in neurosurgery, patients do really well. The recoveries are pretty straightforward. You alluded to technology. There's a lot of things that have come a long way in terms of minimally invasive, both open approaches, so craniotomies through smaller windows with more gentle instruments, or things where we're going through the nose, or where we're using catheters and inside the blood vessel type treatments, or even radiation technologies and focused ultrasound, things that are not invasive in the traditional sense whatsoever. So it's really possible to get a great neurosurgical treatment even for a serious disease, and to be out of the hospital same day, next day, really, really quickly, and with the same fantastic result.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Christopher Raffio. Lots of answers for us today. We appreciate it.
Of course, it's a pleasure to be here. Take care. Have a great day.